Hey friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guy Productions. Today, we're back here at a park that I have not covered yet at all. Today we are here at LEGOLand Florida, which is a more family-oriented park located in Winter Haven, Florida. So it's about, I want to say 45 minutes south of Disney World. And it's like between going from like Disney World to Busch Gardens, Tampa, for example, just in that range. And so here at LEGOLand, I technically have been here before, but I haven't been here since 2012. So this park looks completely different to me. Again, last time I was here, I was about 10 years old, but they have added a brand new roller coaster since then, which Galactic Coaster, which if you guys can tell the hat, I'm wearing a Cosmic Rewind hat. A lot of people are saying that it's very comparable to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot. So I'm looking forward to ride. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like a top bucket list coaster, but it's a coaster that looks worth riding. So let's not waste any more time. Let's head on inside. Now, I just gotta say, this is a fantastic entrance over here with the welcome sign all in Legos too. Like, that is super cool. And you got the grand entrance right here at LEGOLand Florida. Very welcoming atmosphere. And then I haven't seen this. They added a hotel like many years ago, but this looks like a very unique hotel. I know a lot of people have stayed here and they said it's a pretty good hotel. Although, when it comes to like the more kid hotels, nothing will ever top the GOAT that is the Nickelodeon Hotel. You guys know what I mean. Just entered the park, and one thing that I just realized is that they also have the Sea Life Aquarium over here, and I guess a ticket also gets you into Sea Life Aquarium. So on my way out, definitely want to check out the Sea Life Aquarium. They have one of these over at Icon Park as well. I've done one of them before and they're fun. This park is owned by Merlin Entertainment, and Merlin Entertainment also owns, like, they own Icon Park, like I mentioned before, which also has Madame Tussauds. Hello, say hi to Theme Park Guy Productions on YouTube. They own Madame Tussauds, and I believe they own like the Icon Park wheel. And so that is pretty cool that they also have one of these over here, kind of promoting the Merlin Entertainment brand. Merlin Entertainment also owns Thorpe Park, which is another park that I'll be visiting pretty soon as well when I do my Europe trip. And so yeah, it's been nice comparing this park to Thorpe Park as well, to see how those two compare. Now, this park is geared towards the younger audience, is geared towards families with children, so I am not necessarily target audience over here. However, they do have a lot of great attractions for the adults to enjoy as well, and they also have some really good looking food here. They have these apple fries that I remember being really good, so as a foodie, that's something I gotta try today. But yeah, the main reason for here today is to ride Galactic Coaster, but also check out to see how the park's doing, because I haven't been here since I was 10 years old. That's a really funny tribute. I'm not sure if this is like tribute to the Coaster Coffee Company at like SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, but that's really funny right there. LEGOLand Coffee Company. Yeah, I think they took that from SeaWorld or Busch Gardens, unless SeaWorld and Busch Gardens took it from LEGOLand. Either way, there's gotta be some sort of relationship right there. Yes, here it is. This is what I was talking about. The Granny's apple fries. Apparently, these are like God's here. Like, where I'm talking about God's here, I'm talking about like it's up there with like Dollywood cinnamon bread or like butterbeer maybe. Yeah, Granny's apple fries. I know these are iconic, so sometime today I gotta try one of these because I just remember them being absolutely delicious. And again, last time I was here like 10 years old, so that's probably why I don't remember them as much. But if I still remember them to an extent, I know this is something delicious. Pretty cool to see that they got a carousel over here, of course, as a nice welcome to the park. And then they have this right over here. I don't remember seeing this. It's still not a coaster credit though, but it almost looks like the one that I missed at Six Flags over Georgia, the Georgia Gold Rush, which apparently is closed for the season, so I might have dodged a bullet there, but I'll have to come back to ride that later. And over here is probably one of the biggest draws for LEGOLand as well, is the whole Miniland, which this thing is massive. Like, over here you got a look at the Kennedy Space Center. You got a build of it right here, all in Legos. Like, that is insane. Like, I remember seeing this when I was younger, but I forgot how big this is. And you got the Daytona 500 right there. That's awesome. They actually have sound effects there too, where you're like at a race, which is super cool. But yeah, I got Kennedy Space Center and then the Daytona Speedway. Man, that looks so cool. Seeing this all built in Legos is insane. And then over here is Miami. This is Miami built in Legos. Yeah, this thing is huge. Like, that is massive. It says Go Panthers right there for the Florida Panthers NHL team. And then over here, I think this is, I'm not sure if that's Bok Tower Gardens or not. I could be wrong. Yeah, it is Bok Tower Gardens, no way. Which is another attraction that's located near Legoland. This is a very iconic attraction here in Polk County. And so, nice getting to see that right there. I've been there before, but I don't have any pictures from that because I had broke my phone at the time. So I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't take any pictures. So it's kind of depressing. And this fort right here is St. Augustine, which looks super cool. It's nice that they have like a whole Florida section over here. And then I believe, is this Tallahassee? Yeah, it's the Florida State Capitol. That's Tallahassee. Wow. The fact that they built all this, like all Florida in Legos, it's absolutely crazy. Wish they had like maybe one of like Orlando or Tampa or maybe even Jacksonville. So then you have the full Florida like layout, but yeah, this looks fantastic. This is Panama City. That is super cool, guys. Yeah, Legoland, they've done a phenomenal job here recreating all Florida in Legos. And over here, I guess this is the Pier 30. This is all the way in San Francisco. So you got the Golden Gate Bridge right there. Wow. It's almost like the beginning of soaring over California where you just go and you see the Golden Gate Bridge. That is super cool. And then over here, I'm not sure this is also part, yep, this is San Francisco right here. Wow. I mean, I've never been to San Francisco, but this looks really cool. Just the fact that they built this massive, like those massive buildings in Legos, that's just insane. Like that had to have taken some big dedication right there. If you're into Hollywood, they got Lego Wood. That's super cool. And this is all of like Hollywood Boulevard right here. You got the Chinese Theater right here. And then you got some sort of stage right here. It's the Hollywood Bowl. Why did I not remember the Hollywood Bowl? I think that's what the stage of Rip Ride Rockit is after, or the former Rip Ride Rockit. But yeah, the Lego Wood, that is fantastic. And this thing is huge. Over here is Washington, D.C., which looks insane. Like, I think that's the White House right there. Yeah, that's the White House. Wow, that's insane. You got the Capitol right there. That is all of Washington, D.C. recreated in Legos. That is crazy. And then this thing caught my eyes right from the get-go. This is New York recreated in Legos. You got the Statue of Liberty right here. That's breathtaking. I've never been to New York. I gotta go to New York one of these days, especially for Coney Island. But they got Times Square. I mean, I've raced in New York with Jimmy Fallon, but they got the Grand Central Terminal right there. You got a little carousel right there. But yeah, this is massive. Yeah, they did a really good job here. Again, I'm not sure what they were doing in 2011, but they were going big here with Miniland. And the last one over here is Las Vegas. Like, this is all Las Vegas right here. You got the MGM Grand Hotel right there. You got the Eiffel Tower, which is a part of Las Vegas. And then over here, they got more of Las Vegas right here. I believe this is part of Las Vegas. They got a whole fountain right here. That's not recreated in Legos. Yep, Treasure Island. Unless it could be part of Florida. I could be wrong, but you got some more stuff over here. Yeah, this has to be part of Las Vegas. Oh, this is New York, New York. Oh yeah, this is part. Now, if this is really New York, New York, they're missing a roller coaster right here because they have this like the Big Apple coaster built by Togo. It's apparently one of the worst coasters anywhere. So yeah, overall, this is a whole look at Miniland USA. Again, very impressed by seeing this in person. They did a phenomenal job here. They got like a big old wooden coaster over here called Coastersaurus. It's not open right now. I guess they're doing some big track work. They've been doing track work to this roller coaster since the beginning of the season. I think they're replacing the whole structure too, if I'm not mistaken, because the wood looks nice and fresh. It doesn't look like it's worn out or anything, which is pretty awesome seeing Legoland's doing like a full-scale refurbishment to Coastersaurus. Reopening date is to be determined. I do have the coaster credit. I have ridden this coaster before. So again, not missing out on any coaster credits, but this one is closed today. Now this is a big throwback right here to my childhood. the whole Ford driving school. So essentially kids could go on, they can learn how to drive. Like they'll watch a preview, like a pre-show video on how to drive a car, and they'll get some time and actually test their driving skills out here on this track. I remember doing this when I was a kid, and I remember it being a lot of fun. And you get like a little fake driver's license afterwards, which is really cool. Like eventually the day I do become a parent, like definitely want to take my kid on to this attraction. So yeah, really cool. And then you got all these Lego figures right here. Like that is fantastic. We are making our way over to Lego Galaxy for Galacticoaster over here. See this big building right here? This is it. This is a Galacticoaster. This is the ride I came here to ride today. A new for 2026 family spinning coaster built by Art Engineering. I like this little bit of theming they put over here. There's like nobody here. It's a 5-minute standby, so it's a complete walk on right now, which is awesome. And then they got the whole water park over here, which I'm sure a lot of the GP, they're over at the water park today because it is hot out here. Like I said, please stay hydrated when you're here. But yep, here's a look at the front for Galacticoaster over here. Again, people are telling me this ride's very comparable to Cosmic Rewind at Epcot, so very excited to give this ride a try.
We need your help. A giant space rocket is zooming towards us. It's the asteroid of probable destruction. We tried zapping the asteroid with a giant laser. We tried catching it with a giant net. But both ingenious plans have mysteriously failed. Over to the man with Plan C. It's our chief engineer, Ben Digger.
Hey cadets, the C stands for connect, because Plan C.
This is cool. So you get like a little armband over here to create your rocket. And so I guess you press it on here, and then you'll get to literally create a rocket. So almost think of like Test Track 2.0 in a way. All right, so we're designing our ship. So I kind of like this. I kind of like that. So select the nose. Oh yeah. So you move steps. Oh yeah. It's literally like Test Track. No way. It's just like the second version of Test Track. It's super cool.
Good job, cadets. You picked your first brick.
Wings, like cheeseburger wings. That's cool. Got cheeseburger wings right here. I'm thinking everybody's doing cheeseburger wings. That's really cool. I gotta pick our tail. I kind of like the dragon tail right here. I kind of like that dragon tail. That is really cool. And our last one is find an extra. You know what? I like these. It looks like Villain Minion Blast almost, like we throw those disco balls at the disco room scene. Gotta use this. So, yep, that's a look at my ship. And let's take it for a test run to stop the asteroid. Then here's a look at the loading station over here for Galacticoaster. Looks really, really cool. Let's go ahead and board on one of the vehicles and enjoy a ride on Galacticoaster. Alright guys, here we are on Galacticoaster. Got a spacecraft, let's see here. Yep, look at my ride vehicle. Wait, I don't know if that's my vehicle, but you know what? We're here for the coaster. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Whoa! Oh! Oh wow! That is cool! Wow, look at that! Whoa! Wow, that's awesome! Whoa! A little bit of a shake there. Whoa! They're like right above Legos. That's really cool. Here's it spinning. Whoa! Did we get the asteroid? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, we are definitely spinning pretty good on this one. Whoa! And that's a ride on Galacticoaster. So we're standing out front of Galacticoaster, and I was able to get 2 rides on this coaster. So I did the one ride, which you guys saw the reaction, and then I went ahead and did it again just to enjoy the ride. And overall, that is actually pretty good for like a little family coaster. Again, this isn't super intense. It's not gonna be something that you find at like Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, not even Disney, but it's a very immersive experience, and it's something different that Legoland didn't really have. I mean, they have immersive dark rides that we haven't even done yet. We'll get to those in a bit. But this is kind of the ride that I feel like was kind of needed for this park, just to kind of like, you know, bring in some maybe more of the thrill seekers, especially me, because again, I haven't been to this park in 14 years, and coming back here to ride this, it's definitely worth it. And I say it's a solid family coaster. The spinning was good. The launch was actually had a good kick to it, and overall, like, the whole experience is a lot of fun. Like, this is definitely, I feel like, one of the highlight attractions here, not just in Legoland, but in all of Orlando too. Like, this is a very fun coaster, and definitely one that I highly recommend experiencing. If you're in Orlando and you decide to do a day at Legoland, definitely come out and check out this attraction. Over here now, over in the Technic section of Legoland, they have a Wild Mouse coaster called the Great Lego Race. And what's super funny is that last time I rode this, it was called Test Track, which is really funny that it used to be called Test Track back in the day. Has a 20-minute standby, which isn't that bad. Again, I haven't been here in a long time, so I'd say we go ahead and get in line and get in a ride on the Great Lego Race. Yeah, 20 minutes, this shouldn't be too bad. Okay guys, we are on the Great Lego Race Wild Mouse coaster. Waited about maybe 25 minutes for this one. Here we go. Going up the lift hill. Again, the layout for this is pretty basic. It's just a standard old Wild Mouse. At least you get a great view of Legoland from the top. Here we go. Whoa, man. We got a decent sized drop here. Here we go. Whoa! Oh! Oh, it's a little painful there. Oh. That was definitely a bumpy drop. I don't remember it being rough. Now we got a series of hairpin turns right here. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa, man. We go, whoa! And some more hairpin turns. And we got another turn. Whoa! All right, see any brakes? Oh, brakes pretty good there. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! All right, into another turn, into another drop. Whoa! Ow! Oh man, these brakes are sharp today. Holy cow. And that's it for this ride. It's pretty much a clone of like Apple's Apple from King's Dominion. I prefer these Wild Mouses over like the standard ones just because of that drop. But yeah, that was fun. I didn't realize this. Apparently, you could actually ride this coaster in VR. Well, this is not really the coaster, but there's guests with virtual reality headsets. They're actually like doing the Great Lego Race VR experience, which is pretty cool that you can do this whole thing in VR. They used to have it on the coaster back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm sure due to slower dispatches with the whole VR headset is probably kind of a hassle over here. It's the same way that it was over at Kraken at SeaWorld. That was kind of a fail, but yeah, I mean, that was a fun Wild Mouse, but it's definitely on the rougher side. But I understand this coaster is relocated from Legoland Windsor, so I understand it probably, you know, with those relocated coasters, it do tend to be a bit rougher than those coasters that are built from like its original location. They got one of these little like Moose on the Loose rides here at Legoland. I've done one of these before at Dollywood with Wildwood Grove. They have one of those over there, and these things are pretty funny to experience. You just ride like on a little like horse, and you just kind of rock back and forth through the track. These are really good for the kids to enjoy, and yeah, I'm not really allowed to ride this. I'm probably too big to ride this, but I've done the one at Dollywood, and that one was pretty fun. And now we are in the Lego Kingdom. We're gonna go ahead and ride the Dragon, which is pretty much your standard Vekoma roller skater kids coaster, except this has like a nice little dark ride section before you get into the big coaster section. It's pretty cool. Like, this is probably one of the better kids coasters out there because of that extra little dark ride portion. And this coaster was actually part of the original Cypress Gardens. So this park used to be a Cypress Gardens park. It was actually owned by Busch Entertainment, who owned Busch Gardens Tampa, and SeaWorld back in the day. But yeah, the Dragon is one of those original coasters here. So I said we go ahead and grab a ride. It's a 5-minute standby. Yeah, wait times here are really not bad at all today. Hey guys, we are on the Dragon. I almost said it was Galacticoaster for a sec, but we're on the Dragon. Got these little like Lego figures here. Is that guy throwing up at us? He's literally spitting at us. That's wild. You got Jester right there. Got Knights over here. We got Merlin right here. I think this is why it's called Merlin Entertainment. That's funny. And we found the dragon, yay! We, my friends, have dragons. Quote to Isla Burke from Epic Universe. Oh, I think he just spit on me. I think he just sneezed on me. Come on now. Stupid dragon just sneezed on me. But now, we're getting into the roller coaster section. So you see what I mean? It's like a whole little dark ride before you get into the roller coaster section of the ride. Now, we are in the roller coaster section. Like I said, this is just your typical Vekoma roller skater. Although we got the back row, which is be nice. Get some good forces here on the back. Good twisted mess of Vekoma track right here. Essentially, it's a clone of like Fly the Hippogriff, Universal, just for example. But here we go on the dragon. Whoa! Oh! Oh man! Oh! That was some good whip there in the back. Whoa! Whoa! Wow! Oh man, this thing is going fast. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! It's not over yet. And he had some more track here. Whoa! See if I said, better than your standard Vekoma roller skater. So yeah, Dragon, that was pretty good actually. Like I said, better than your standard Vekoma kids coaster. Like, I would probably take that over Fly the Hippogriff at Universal, I think. Because, I don't know, Fly Hippogriff is pretty large scale for a kids coaster too, but the dark ride section definitely makes it a little difference here. It makes it a little more unique compared to just like Fly the Hippogriff or Barnstormer. But yeah, no, all in all, that was fun. And over here, we're in Heart Lake City now, and this is kind of like a little new section that wasn't here when I was here the last time, and they got this cool ride here called like Mia's Riding Adventure or something like that. This wasn't here the last time, that was at Legoland. And this is cool. Over here, you got the FIFA World Cup experience where kids can go and kick soccer goals. That's really cool. Again, very fun, especially with the World Cup going on right now. But yeah, I say we ride this. I've done one of these before at Wild Adventures in Valdosta, but you know what? Let's go ahead and give this a ride. Mia's Riding Adventure. Okay guys, we're on Mia's Riding Adventure. Here we go. This ride is built by Zamperla. I just realized that. They actually have the Zamperla like logo on the seats, which is cool. Here we go. This is just like a spinning little flat ride. It's like a little spinning disc ride. It's not a roller coaster. Here we go. Some people would classify this as a roller coaster though, but nope, not a credit. Here we go. Whoa, oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I remember doing this at Wild Adventures like years ago. Oh man, whoa, we're spinning. Whoa, 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 man. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! I mean, it's not too bad, but it's definitely a little uncomfortable though. Oh, whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! Oh man, we're going all the way up now. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, man, that was fast. Whoa! Wow, we're definitely spinning pretty good. Whoa, man. Whoa! Whoa, man. I don't think I was prepared for how intense this one would be. We're still going so fast. Wow. Yeah, I was definitely not prepared for that one. And now it's starting to subside, but I think we're still going. That's funny. Yeah, now we're starting to slow down, but yeah, no, that was actually not bad. That was a lot of fun. Spinning wasn't too intense, and overall, that was a solid little flat ride. But yeah, no, Mia's Riding Adventure, solid little flat ride. Big complaint I have with that, the entrance as an experience, a little confusing. I was kind of like thrown off on where to enter and where to exit. But overall, that's a solid flat ride. So it looks like it is about to downpour in a bit, so I'm trying to get all the outdoor rides done before the rain comes in. Like, there are 3 dark rides I definitely want to do, but I want to save those for when everything is closed for weather. But one of the most historic parts about this park is that they have Cypress Gardens. And I already briefly talked about this, but Cypress Gardens was what the park originally was before it was acquired by Merlin for Legoland. And they still have part of Cypress Gardens still intact. So, and it's still open for guests to enjoy. So we're gonna go ahead and walk around Cypress Gardens for a bit just to see how it is. It looks like they also do a little like boat show over here with Lego characters and stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're what the time is for the next show, but it's pretty cool that they do a little boat show over here. Nothing going on right now, but during the day they usually do the boat show. So yeah, there's the entrance for Cypress Gardens. I think you enter through over here. So the gates to Cypress usually closes in 30 minutes before park close. So I'm not sure exactly where we're supposed to enter, like where the experience starts, but we're gonna go ahead and walk through Cypress Gardens. What's weird is that nobody's over here right now, so like this area of the park almost feels kind of left out, feels kind of abandoned, but yet this part is pretty historic that nobody realizes. Yeah, just walking through here, it is so peaceful over here. Like, if you want to take a break from the crowds, this is the best place. Whoa, that is a nice view from right there. With the gazebo, apparently it's historic, but wow, that is quite the view right there. Got the pirate ship. Wow, that is beautiful. I did not realize Cypress Gardens was like this. That is fantastic. It's just so cool seeing all this nature right here. And then you've got Lego characters right over here. That was funny. Over here is the banyan tree. So apparently this was brought to Cypress Gardens in 1936. It was placed in a 5-gallon bucket and delivered to its location in a wheelbarrow, which is pretty cool. And it has a hanging root system, which you guys can see right here, which will become support pillars for the branches as the tree grows. So yeah. This is spectacular, guys. Like, how does nobody know this part of the park exists? This is beautiful. They got some statues over here, which is kind of nice. Although, I am hearing them blowing whistles at the water park, so I think they're telling everybody to get out of the water because apparently thunderstorms are rolling in. So we might want to start making our way out of here before the rain really hits. So let's go ahead and do that. But wow, this is spectacular, guys. Like, I'm definitely blown away by this. And there's a gazebo right there, right near Galactic Coaster. What a view, guys. That gazebo is just, that's special right there. It's also a chapel. Wow. That is spectacular. And here's a look from the top of the gazebo. And yeah, you can see those storms from like miles away. I better get out of here before the storms get really bad and get back into the park. Over here is the imagination zone over here. I remember riding these when I was a kid. These little kid power towers. I do remember riding those when I was a kid. Too big to ride them now, but when I was a kid, I remember enjoying those. You literally just climb on it and then you just drop. Those are fun growing up. All right, guys, just had some lunch and I thought it would kind of fizzle out, but it hasn't really, so it's just light rain. But we're gonna go inside Lego Ninjago World and ride Lego Ninjago the ride. Thankfully, I've done all the outdoor rides I want to do for today, so not really missing out on much, but we still got a few more dark rides I want to experience. And the first one is Lego Ninjago, which is arguably one of the most popular attractions in the park. I tripped over a branch. Yeah, they got the facade over here. Oh wow, it's a 35-minute standby. Ouch. Hopefully it doesn't move too bad. I guess everyone's moving into the indoor rides because all the outdoor attractions are closed for weather. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get this one. This was not here last time I was at Legoland. I'm not sure if the queue is like really interactive or not, but they have all these like interactives in the queue that I didn't realize. That's super cool. I can't tell if this is a pre-show or not. But this is surprisingly a long queue for such a small space. 60 to 70 minute wait. It says 35 minutes. I could see the ride from here. It said 35. Yep, 30 to 45 minute wait from that point. But you can see the 3D glasses, so we are pretty close to the front. Again, I have no idea what this ride is like, so. Oh, they got Legos out here. This almost makes me think of like the Lego video games. All I know is that this ride's a lot like Web Slingers from the Disney parks, especially like California Adventure and Disney Adventure World. What I was thinking about is, with that animation, it made me think of the Lego video games like Lego Star Wars or Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman. I grew up with those. Those were some of the greatest video games ever created. Okay, I think the ride is broken because I kept trying to shoot at targets and it wasn't even registering. So unless I just messed up entirely or I just don't know how to shoot on this ride, I got 0 points. I mean, it was still okay. I mean, the 3D technology is pretty cool this ride, but Web Slingers at Disney's better. Yeah, now it's raining pretty good now. I mean, it's still light rain, but it's starting to get heavier, so we're gonna go ahead and ride Lost Kingdom Adventure next. But yeah, this rain's now getting a lot more intense, so I think we should definitely start heading over to Lost Kingdom Adventure before it gets even heavier. Woo! Yeah, now it's really coming down, so our next ride is going to be the Lost Kingdom Adventure, which is a fun little shooting dark ride. So, that'll be fun. It's very similar to like Men in Black at Universal. Or like Boot Blasters at like Carowinds. Here it is right there. Yeah, now it's getting heavy. It's a 5-minute wait, which is nice, so this will be a fun one. Not too wet overall. I'll take it. I bet it's gonna be even worse, like tropical storm level rains when I get off this ride. Hopefully I do better on this ride than I did on Lego Ninjago. I did not do good at all on that ride. Yeah, I definitely did much better on this ride. 28,000 versus 0,000 on Lego Ninjago. That's a no-brainer right there. Okay, it's still not horrible over here, but I'm gonna try to push through, get over to the Lego Movie ride, and that'll be our last ride for the day here at Legoland. A bit on a time crunch for today, but with the rain, it looks like it's probably gonna rain for the rest of the day anyways. Glad I got on those outdoor coasters when I did. But I still haven't even been into the Lego Movie World yet, so that's gonna be really cool to see. Another first time for me. We made it, guys, to the Lego Movie World, where everything is awesome. Even though it's raining, this area still looks pretty good. Oh no! Wait, Masters of Flight is delayed for weather? I didn't realize this one usually gets a weather delay. Oh darn, that's sad. That's the ride I was gonna ride, was the Masters of Flight. I didn't realize that one usually gets delayed for inclement weather. Oh darn, but this area does look really impressive though. And over here they have a ride called Battle of Bricksburg. This one's a lot like Fire Drill from Epic Universe. I think this is where it took inspiration from, but I can tell you get really soaked on this ride. So yeah, there's a look at the Lego Movie World. Kind of a shame we can't go on Masters of Flight right now, but you know what? It is what it is. This ride's very similar to like Soarin' at Disney or Expedition Odyssey at SeaWorld. Very similar attraction. Here's a look at the Duplo area of Legoland. Again, this is all like toddler oriented over here. This stuff looks really cool. None of it's open right now because of the weather. But yeah, the weather is getting a little more intense now. I'm gonna go ahead and try some of the apple fries. Maybe ride out the storm for a little bit. I'm not leaving here without the apple fries. Apparently, these are legendary. One of my friends literally texted me, don't leave Legoland without getting the apple fries. So, we're getting them. Okay guys, I got them. The apple fries that everybody's telling me to try. People have said this is about as good as a Dollywood cinnamon bread. Will it be as good as Dollywood cinnamon bread? Let's find out. But yeah, it's essentially, it's apple slices like coated in like fries. I'm not sure exactly how they cook them, But it comes with a little whipped cream dip. Can't wait to try these guys. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Dip it into the whipped cream, just like this. Yep, that's the real deal. Mmm. Wow. That is delicious. Mmm. Nice and crunchy. Whipped cream topping is good. Mmm. Absolute 10 out of 10 right here. Just alone is worth a trip to Legoland. Yeah. To me, this might be the real star of the park right here, just the apple fries alone. That is incredible. There's a bunch of other people now leaving the park, but look at the puddle that is here. That is crazy. But we do have a little bit of time left since the Lego Movie Flying Theater ride is closed. I might go ahead and end it off with the Sea Life Aquarium, since my ticket technically includes a trip inside the Sea Life Aquarium. It's awesome. Like, you get a little 2 combo with a ticket for Legoland. Like, each ticket with Legoland comes with admission to the Sea Life Aquarium, like I had mentioned before. It is an add-on for the water park though, so the water park is not necessarily included with park admission, but the aquarium is, which is super awesome. So we're gonna finish off with the aquarium. Let's go and see some fun little marine life, and then we'll make our way out of Legoland. So starting off in here, I didn't even know this was a thing, but we're starting off in here, and got some fish over here. Now, flash photography is not allowed, which it shouldn't be if you're in an aquarium. But we're about to dive in to begin the journey. So I'm not exactly sure what they have over here. I think, oh, they got some like little fishes. They have some turtles over here, which look pretty nice. Yep, here we are. The long-nosed gar. So you can find these in freshwater rivers, lakes, and brackish waters. The threats are habitat loss and pollution, but it's not concerned. The conservation status is least concern. So again, I'm not really as well educated on like this kind of stuff. It's just never been really my topic of interest. But it's nice getting to see some of these animals in their natural environment here. You got some more fish over here. And over here too, it's so interesting how open this is. It says do not reach over the glass. I wouldn't be surprised if kids have put their hands over the glass before. So that's a little funny. But and these fishes, they got a lot of them here. I guess this area is themed after the pier. Like maybe Clearwater or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty nice in here. And over here, I think you can actually pet the fish or put your hands inside the tank here. I think you can do that. It's almost like at SeaWorld with the Stingray Aquarium. You've got that over there, but you don't have to wash your hands though. But there is an employee over there supervising, so you can actually touch your hands there. Pretty interesting. So I learned it's actually a sea star. So I think you can pet a sea star in here, because over at SeaWorld it's a stingray. Then over here in this room they got some seahorses in here. Like right over here. Look at that. Look at that. Got all the seahorses in here. And now we're in a coral reef. You literally can actually like go underneath the little tunnel here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm under the tunnel. Oh, look at that. That was cool. Please watch ahead. Yeah. I'm a little too tall for that. Like, this is probably from my height. This is what you can see. Yeah, I'm a little too tall for that. But got more fish over here. Overall, this is a really nice aquarium. Like, I'm definitely impressed with this so far. And you got all these different facts about coral reefs and stuff like that. Remember we were talking about stingrays earlier? Well, you got them over here. You can't pet them like you can at SeaWorld, but yep, you got the stingrays here. You got a nice view of them too. And you were underneath this Blackbeard shipwreck. So we got some little interactives in here with some more fish. We got a little photo op over there. Got something like that at Mansa at SeaWorld. Yeah. Some more theming here and there. Yeah, this is a nice little area in here. This is cool. This says theme park under the sea. So I wonder if this is like, oh, no way. That is awesome right here. They have like a whole coral reef. Looks like a little roller coaster right there. That is super cool. I wonder if that classifies as a coaster credit. Only fishes can ride. Only exclusive to fishes. But yeah, man, if only I could get that coaster credit, that'd be awesome. I'm totally getting lost in here. Like, this whole experience is like a maze. Oh, it looks like you can actually get a closer view from it right here. The Coral Kingdom. Huh, there's the roller coaster right there, the Reef Rider. See? I knew this would be a roller coaster credit. The only fishes can ride. You got some Dole Whip right there. You got the castle. This is like the Disney World right here, underwater. And even the fishes have their little on-site hotel right here. The Lagwan Hotel, that's how you say it. But yeah, they also got the Krabby Shack right there, or that's really the Krusty Krab right there. You never know, SpongeBob might pop out of nowhere. So we've made it back to the front of Legoland as I'm about to conclude my visit here for today. And to conclude this video, overall, Legoland was a lot of fun. This was a fun little afternoon here at Legoland. I haven't been here since 2012 just because this park isn't really geared towards my audience as a thrill seeker. But even though this park is geared towards the younger audience, I actually had a pretty good time here. I'd say that this park is honestly good for anybody to enjoy, especially with the addition of Galacticoaster. I feel like now this park is definitely a lot more suitable for thrill seekers. I think Galacticoaster is tons of fun and highly recommend experience it if you come here to Orlando. It is truly a fun coaster. And the whole park overall is just spectacular, especially Cypress Gardens. That, I feel like it's one of the hidden gems in all of Florida. Like, that was beautiful. And the coasters, like I said, more kid-friendly. Still fun, though. And got to see some nostalgia from my childhood. And walking around here was a lot of fun. And yeah, just overall, I had a good time here. So without further ado, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like. And don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future if you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you guys know when to upload a new video. And as always, make sure to check out Theme Park Guy Productions as well on all social media platforms. Linktree will be in the description below. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, you are clear for dispatch.